We will honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet the lineups for this evening's contest. First, the visitors from Seattle Pacific. Wearing number 5, Austin Ibali. Number 10, Maya Holman. Number 11, Erin Gould. Number 12, Lindsay Rosenthal. Number 13, Sarah Brockvogel. Number 16, Erin Smith. Number 18, Sarah Day. Number 21, Gabby Stegmoller. Number 22, Zoe Schukart. Number 26, Sydney Perry. Now the starters for Seattle Pacific. A freshman outside hitter, number 3, Allison Wilkes. Middle blocker, a freshman, number 7, Hannah Hare. A senior outside hitter, number 8, Maddie Batiste. A sophomore, opposite hitter, number 14, Ashley Antoniak. A sophomore setter, number 17, Lindsay Lambert. A freshman opposite hitter, number 19, Maddie Pruden. And the libero is a sophomore, number 6, Paige Dawson. Seattle Pacific is coached by Abby Wright. Abby is assisted by Haley Gaines. Now, your Viking lineup. Number 3, a sophomore, Anna Marisic. Number 5 is Kylie Hanrud. Number 8, Tupu Lalogo. Number 11, Gabby Kempley. Number 14, Sophie Carter. Number 17, Tess Biscup. Number 20, Janae Payne. Number 21, Kate Wick. Here are your Viking starters, a sophomore setter. Number 6, Malia Ali Aga. A senior outside hitter, number 9, Allison Davenport. Junior middle blocker, number 12, Chloe Ritzasunder. Junior middle blocker, number 13, Olivia Fairchild. Sophomore outside hitter, number 18, Callie Heilborn. Junior outside hitter, number 22, Gabby Gunterman. And your libero wears number 1. She's a sophomore, Casey Woodruff. The Vikings, they're coached by Diane Flick-Williams. She is assisted by James Suh. It's game time.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this GNAC matchup between SPU and Western Washington University at WECU Court on the campus of Western Washington University. I'm Sean Church alongside Ben Bagley. For this GNAC battle, this is not a GNAC season battle because there's no GNAC actual league games, but for this battle between two GNAC opponents, Vikings come in with a 3-0 record. SPU played a little bit more matches, 7-3. And Ben, this is going to be an awesome match. Two rivals, a lot of girls who have played together growing up. It should be fun to watch.
You mentioned anytime there's a rivalry game here in Bellingham, they always seem to just be so electric, so much fun. Obviously, the first time the Falcons have gotten to come up here to Bellingham this season. Tomorrow, there will be a doubleheader down in Seattle. So 3 games on the docket for the weekend. We'll bring you the first one here from Bellingham. Vikings coming into this one have a 12-match winning streak against the Falcons. But as you mentioned, every time these two teams get together, it seems to always, it's almost inevitable. It's going to go to 5 sets, maybe, I was going to say maybe more. It can't be more. But you know what I mean. There always seems to be so much drama, so much action. So I'm fired up to get this one started.
They have been such good matches that you almost wish they could be more than 5 sets. It's always back and forth. And we're getting underway here as Malia Aliaga, the redshirt sophomore, is going to serve for the Vikings. Right-handed serve over to net. Knuckleball serve. Good serve right by Malia Aliaga as they tap it over. Gunnerman right there. And pushed across by Olivia Fairchild, and the Vikings are up 1-0.
Olivia Fairchild, we will be talking about her throughout this broadcast, the reigning GNAC Defensive Player of the Week. Here's a little bit of offense from the middle blocker. Nice, easy over. Vikings on the board first.
Aliaga with the serve again. Long serve, controlled by SPU. On the attack, Aliaga with the dig. Out of system play over to Davenport. Deflected, and that one dug out by SPU. Cross court to Batiste. Woodruff right there off the deflection. And it looks like Western accidentally touched the net on that play, so it is tied at 1-1. SPU with the serve.
The Vikings coming into this one as one of the most dominant teams in the league, in the country, I should say. First in the country in blocks per set, second in hitting percentage, second as well in opponent hitting percentage.
Olivia Fairchild on the attack, and that one's deflected. Deflected again. Aliaga over to Fairchild as she mishits it. Into the net, point SPU. Falcons up 2-1.
Fairchild here is going to hit it just a little bit short, but keep your eye on her throughout this game. Right now, she is first in the nation in all Division II in blocks per set with 2.22. Watch out for her on defense.
Gunnerman on the attack. That one dug out by SPU. That one goes long, so point Western. We're tied here at 2.
Allison Wilkes pushing that one a little bit long. Whenever you're facing a dominant opponent like the Vikings, one of the most important things is to cut down on those attack and service errors. Just the first one here for the Falcons in this game, but not a trend they would like to indulge in.
The sophomore Kelly Hollowborn with the serve for Western. Good defense, another out-of-system play as Fairchild goes for the assist on Davenport, and she gets it. Davenport with the kill, Olivia Fairchild with a rare assist, and Vikings up 3-2.
Maybe flexing all of her talents here. Olivia Fairchild, the rare set. I'd say it looked pretty good. Ends up with a point for the Vikings.
Hollowborn serving again for Western. Good serve by the sophomore. On the attack, the lefty. That's Maddie Pruden, the redshirt freshman from Paulsbo, North Kitsap High School. She puts SBU in a tie game.
Maddie Pruden, one of the emerging stars on this team. She has 4 straight games with double-digit kills. There's her first one to tie this one up at 3.
On the serve, that was Allison Wilkes for SPU as Davenport on the attack, and that's dug out by Wilkes. Batiste on the attack. Good dive by Aliaga. Another out-of-system play, and good job by Davenport just setting that over. Fantastic play by the freshman. The deke, she looked like she was reeling back. The power hit that one, and she just finds a spot on the court.
You see Pruden there. She really did. She wound all the way up for a big shot and then just lightly tapped it. I always love the trickery that goes on in attacking at the net.
SBU up by 1 as Gunnerman on the attack. That one's blocked. Another out-of-system play. And SBU on the attack. And they put it away. Hannah Hare, another freshman from Walla Walla High School in Walla Walla. She gets the kill. SBU up 5-3.
Hannah Hare more dominant on defense this season, leading the Falcons in blocks per set. Getting it done on offense there. Falcons right now with a 2-point lead.
And Allison Wilkes with the serve. Davenport again on the attack, and SBU right there to block it. And then I wasn't able to see who was able to block it on that play. I guess we'll see on this replay, but SBU up 6-3.
Allison Davenport, she's now had a number of attacks from that outside position on the far side of the court. Hasn't been able to get any across yet to score a point, I should say. Going to look to improve, and the Falcons once again, how dominant are they on the net right now? They look like the team that leads the nation in blocks, not the Vikings.
Yeah, and Gunnerman on the attack. She will get the kill, but SPU, perfect timing. They're right there. Casey Woodruff now in the match, another sophomore. Batiste hits it long. So point Vikings. Vikings now down by 1, and Woodruff is going to serve once more.
Vikings are one of the best teams at opponent hitting percentage in the country, but so are the Falcons. In 9 of 10 games, the Falcons have had opponents hit under 200.
And on that 50-50 ball, great timing by Gunnerman. She puts it away, and we're tied here at 6. And Ben, this is starting out exactly how we expected it to, tied at 6.
I think if you're at home right now, you can settle in, maybe get some popcorn, a drink or two. We are in for quite a match.
Woodruff on the serve, good serve by the sophomore, and on the attack is Antoniak. The ball's coming right towards us. Good job by Woodruff to keep it alive as Heilborn taps it over. Pruden again. Maddie Pruden, the redshirt freshman. Fantastic placement. Falcons up 7-6.
Maddie Pruden already with 3 kills. This is the second time we've seen her pull off that little deke. Maybe fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you, is how the saying goes. She's fooled them Vikings twice now. We will see if those attackers catch on.
Gunnerman on the attack, and that one dug out, and that is out of bounds. So Gunnerman with the kill. We're tied at 7.
So much power from Gabby Gunterman every single time. You won't be able to see it on the screen, but let me tell you, that ball, you just saw it go up, up, up off the screen. I'm not even sure it came back down yet.
And Paige Dawson was in perfect position, but just too much power by the junior. Stupu Lalogo comes in the match. She's going to serve. Another sophomore for Western. Out of system play for SPU as Batiste hits it over. Heilborn right there. Aliaga. Ritzesender now in the match. She goes for the attack. Great hustle by SPU to keep it alive and live another day. Lalogo. And the dump by Aliaga, but perfect placement. And that one's out of bounds. Great job by SPU to notice the dump happening, but Western with the point. They're up 8-7.
This is going to fall out of bounds, but just barely. Vikings, you can see the Falcons actually celebrated it, thinking that they got the point there. They pulled off that little deke about 3 or 4 times now as Aliaga gets the ace. And we're going to see, for the Falcons, this is now 3 times I've already observed them pump all the way back, look for a big kill, and instead just deke it with a really simple one. They've gotten the Vikings lacking all 3 times. So we will see if Coach Flick Williams maybe highlights that for her squad.
And another serve by Lalogo, who just had the ace. Ritzesender on the attack again, timed perfectly by SPU right there. Gunnerman. And SPU on the attack. Batiste. Heilborn, great defensive play. Aliaga over to Gunnerman again. That one dug out by Rosenthal. Tapped over, blocked by Aliaga. Good placement, Woodruff right there. Aliaga across the court to Heilborn. That one dug out by SPU once more. Great rally by both teams. Hits the top of the net, Heilborn. Aliaga cross court. And great job by Gunnerman, but that's fantastic defense by SPU again as Batiste just has to tap it over. Lalogo. Aliaga over to Gunnerman and just puts too much mustard on that one. Almost hits the back wall. And Western now up 9-8.
What a rally between these 2 squads. Great defense, great offense from both teams right now. It's a 1-point game, and that's exactly how it feels as well.
Ashley Antoniak is going to serve. Sophomore. One of 14 underclassmen on the team. And Aliaga gets that dump to go over. Great placement by the sophomore. Western up by 2.
Aliaga averaging 10 assists per set. Good for 30th in the nation, but right there doing it herself. Said the Falcons can pull off a little deke, so can she. She gets a point. She gets a kill, I should say.
Gabby Gunnerman with the service errors. That one goes long. SPU with the point. They're now down 1. Paige Dawson, the sophomore from Spokane Northwest Christian, is going to serve the libero.
Gunnerman now leads these Vikings in service errors on the year with 6.
And Heilborn on the attack. She puts it away. Callie Heilborn, the sophomore, with the kill. Vikings up 11-9, and Ritzesender is going to serve for the Vikings. Center, right-handed serve. SPU right there on the attack. The logo digs it out. Great set by Aliaga, the Fairchild. Vikings up 12-9. And Ritzesender is going to serve. Vikings are 3-0 on the season, coming off of 3 matches against Western Oregon last weekend here at Carver Gymnasium as SPU gets the point. I thought so. That one.
It sounded to me like it hit off the gym floor, but the Vikings just kept on playing.
Aliaga tried to pancake it, but from this angle, it looked like it clearly hit the floor. So SPU with the point, but Western winning 3 matches in 2 days, last Friday and Saturday. Ben Bagley and I here to call that match, or those matches rather. Vikings played very well. As Gunnerman again long. So another attack error by Gabby Gunnerman, and SBU down by 1.
Gunnerman being just as aggressive as always, but already she has 3 kills, but 3 attack errors as well.
Another dump by Aliaga. That's 2 so far this match. Sometimes you go through an entire match without having 1, and Aliaga has actually 2 in the first set here today. And she's going to serve. Sophomore from Kennedy Catholic, Burien, Washington, right-handed serve. Knuckles it over. And Batiste puts it away. Batiste, one of 2 seniors on the squad. And 3 upperclassmen altogether for SPU with 14 underclassmen, as you can see on this replay. Finding the corner. Great job by the senior. She serves as Fairchild on the attack, and she puts it away. Olivia Fairchild. Ben, you mentioned she was the defensive GNAC player of the week, but she's putting in work offensively here today.
Watch her here, just spiking it straight down. No funny business at all. Fairchild packing that power, putting the Vikings up by 2.
It's a little funny. Halborn's on the attack, Pruden. And great job, Halborn. Aliaga over to Fairchild, and she gets it again.
They almost flipped fates there. The Falcons on that one thought they had the pancake. We just saw that a little bit earlier with the Vikings. Olivia Fairchild once again. Man, she is really becoming a force there in that middle blocker position.
On the attack, deflected. Heilborn right there to dig it out. Aliaga over to Gunnerman. And she puts that one away as Batiste. Great effort to try to dig that one out, but Gunnerman with the kill. Vikings up 16-12. And SVU is going to call a timeout. So Vikings, again, up 16-12 here in the first set. We'll be right back.
Quality food brings people together. So we continue to provide the best and freshest food available. Every day, we reach out, finding the best producers right here in our backyard. At Hagen, we partner with passionate local producers, farmers, and fishers to find you the best sustainable, fresh, and organic food. Hagen, Northwest Fresh since 1933.
And welcome back to WECU Court on the campus of Western Washington University for this GNAC battle between SPU and Western Washington. A special thanks to our sponsors, WECU, 4 Points by Sheridan, Final Touch, Auto Spa, Nike, and many others here on the screen. That's a special thanks to our sponsors sticking with us throughout this odd volleyball season here in the spring, as the Vikings are up 16-12 here in the first set. And Ben, this is, like we said, Vikings now up by 4, a little bit of a run lately, but it has been a very competitive match thus far.
It's been very competitive, and we have not really seen the Vikings get as aggressive defensively as we're used to seeing. This is a team, they do not only lead Division II right now. They do not lead only Division II and 3, but they lead Division I, II, and 3 in blocks per set with 3.7. A dominant blocking team. We'll see if they can turn it on here.
And a little bit of miscommunication on Western's part, but Pruden with the kill, the redshirt freshman. SBU now down by 3.
Pruden with her 4th kill of the game. We mentioned she has Double-digit kills in 4 straight, looking for 5.
And they're going to get 4 years out of her at SPU. Aliaga over to Gutterman. Is that one blocked? So great job by SPU to come out after the timeout for 2 straight points. They're now down by 2.
Gunnerman having a tough time right now. 4 kills on 14 total attacks, 4 errors as well, hitting percentage of 0.
And Hannah Hare was with the block on that one for SPU as Fairchild puts it away, but great dig by Batiste. Davenport now back in the match for Western. And Hannah Hare, defensive play, now an offensive play. 3 straight points for SPU. They're now down 1.
Hannah Hare, the 6'1" freshman, going up, getting down.
Mentioned earlier, 14 underclassmen, but more than that, 10 freshmen on the squad for SPU as Davenport gets all of that one. She puts it away, Vikings up by 2.
Davenport, a nice hitting percentage of .269 on the year. Getting a kill there, putting the Vikings up by 2.
Casey Woodruff with the midway serve. On the attack, good dig by Heilborn, but that one's going to go out of bounds. So Hannah Hare with another kill.
Neither team here really putting together a strong run. Our score here 17-16. And if my memory serves me right, these teams have been within 3 points this entire set.
Lindsay Rosenthal with the serve. Aliaga over to Davenport, taps it over. It looks like she may have hit the net on that play. Let's see what happens.
It's officially ruled an attack error by Allison Davenport. She went around the pin there,
antenna. That's what happened. So we're tied here at 17. Aliaga behind her back to Davenport. SPU on the attack. And they get the point. And then since that timeout by SPU, they've gone on a 6-1 run, and they're now in the lead, 18-17. As Diane Flick-Williams calls a timeout to talk things over, try to stop this run by SPU. Scores SPU 18, Western 17. We'll be right back. Welcome back to WECU Court on the campus of Western Washington University for this GNAC battle between Western Washington and Seattle Pacific. Seattle Pacific up 18-17 here in the first set. And as Ben mentioned earlier, 12 straight matches won by SPU, but I checked that by Western. Yeah, he pointed at me. By Western, but every one of those matches has been close. Even in those sweeps, they've been within 3-4 points at the most. And I was telling Ben before the break, I remember a game 3 years ago, last GNAC game of the season, SPU Western down in Seattle, going 5 sets. Western came out with the victory, but it was one of the best matches I've ever seen. As Gutterman on the attack is blocked by SPU, and SPU holds a 2-point lead. So we'll see on this replay who came away with the block. Hannah Hare doing it all for SPU. They're up by 2. Gunnerman, Aliaga, over to Heilborn on the attack. That one dug out. And Davenport taps it over. Great pancake, but they're not going to allow it. Paige Dawson, hand flat on the floor. It looks like it got some court there, so point Western. A much-needed point by the Vikings. Davenport with the kill. And I can't tell in that play, but that's as close as you're going to get. That's a hard call for a referee, though. Lologo with the serve. Attacked, Woodruff. Aliaga, and over to Heilborn, and she puts it away, and we're tied at 19, Ben, and just like that, we're tied.
Callie Heilborn coming alive. She is the reigning GNAC Offensive Player of the Week. She is 25th in Division II with 4 kills per set. Just 2 here in this first set, but that last one, my goodness, could be a momentum shifter here as we come down to the end of set number 1.
The Logo with the serve. As that one goes out of bounds, so tough service error by the Logo. SBU up 20-19.
Big kills like we saw from Heilborn there. Usually a momentum gainer. Service errors, a momentum killer for sure.
Antoniak with the serve. Aliaga over to Gutterman. Gutterman having a tough time today as Heilborn hits it long. So SBU now 4 points away from taking this first set on the road.
Heilborn will get a good attack here. Just too long. A good opportunity to flip the tide, but the Falcons take a 2-point lead.
Ashley Antoniak with the serve. Aliaga over to Heilborn. Right there. Cross court to Batiste. Deflected and it goes out of bounds. So 22-19. And I wouldn't be surprised if Diane Flick-Williams calls another timeout soon here. Great job by Batiste. Mentioning that game early. I can't remember exactly the stats, but I know in that 5-set match, Batiste had over 30 kills 3 years ago at SBU against Western, so she knows this team very well on the attack. Heilborn. And it looks like point SBU again. And with the net shaking a little bit, looks like maybe Western touched a net, and we're going to – Diane Flick-Williams calls that timeout. 23-19, Western leads, and we're going to keep things here as Western wants to talk things over, trying to salvage this first set here at home. And Ben, what is SBU really doing to kind of give the Western Washington ladies fits here?
Right now it's all about defense. The Falcons right now with 6 blocks, Vikings with none, actually. As I had to almost do a double take at this box score. Kind of surprising to see the Vikings with no blocks in a set. As we mentioned, though, the Vikings coming into this one were second in Division II in hitting percentage, hitting .287 through their first 3 games of the season. And Seattle, they've kept 9 of their last 10 opponents under 200, the hitting percentage under 200. Vikings, set number 1, hitting percentage down at 133. Falcons hitting at 273. So right now, for Seattle Pacific, what they're doing well is just simply playing very, very tough defense. Vikings can't find a way around it right now. And facing a 4-point deficit very late here in set number 1, they're going to want to turn it around as soon as possible.
And Western Washington held the lead 16-12, had all the momentum. And SBU head coach Abby Wright called a timeout. And I don't know what she said to those athletes over there at SBU, but they turned it on, 11-3 run, and they're now 2 points away from taking this first set on the road.
Gotten four points in a row as well. 2 attack errors by the Vikings and 2 kills by Maddie Batiste.
And a much-needed point by Ritzesender. On the attack, she gets the kill. Point Vikings. As Gabby Gutterman is going to serve, the junior, as you can see on this replay. Deflected, almost goes over the net. The point Vikings. Gunterman. Long serve. A little bit of miscommunication on that play, but that's still going to count as an ace. So Vikings with 2 straight points after the timeout. And now Seattle Pacific calls a timeout. As we're going to stay here once again, as you can see on this replay.
Everybody was looking at somebody else saying who's going to get it.
And that sometimes happens even to the best volleyball players in the world, as these girls are.
That almost looked like my intramural volleyball team right there. That's the level of communication we have.
Yeah, that was my intramural volleyball team every single play. Nobody wanted to hit the ball, including myself. But Western and SBU here in a great first set then here. And we alluded to this before the match started, that this is going to be close, and it's been everything so far that we've expected it to be, and even more so in some manners as far as defense is concerned by SBU. They are playing a fantastic defensive game today.
They really are. Hare with 3 block assists. She also has 3 kills on 5 attacks. So Hare right now leading the Falcons with 4.5 points, 3 block assists, 1 dig, 3 kills, hitting .600.
2 straight points by the Vikings as Gabby Gunterman is going to serve once more. Right-handed serve for Gunterman. 50-50 balls. Heilborn puts it away. Great timing by the sophomore. Reigning GNAC player of the week. Offensive, I should say, because Fairchild was defensive. You could see right there, great timing. The Vikings now down 1. Gunterman with the serve. Long. As Hannah Hare puts it away, and she's had a great first set. And I checked that. The Falcons now 1 point away from taking this first set.
Hannah Hare, a nice little fake by the setter. That setter is number 17, Lindsay Lambert on that one.
Paige Dawson with the serve. Cross court to Heilborn as she puts it away right into the corner. Great placement. Vikings not done yet, though.
Talk about good placement. How about great placement here by Heilborn? Looks like past 3 defenders to just nab that back corner.
And Ritzesender with the serve. Batiste right there, almost a 50-50 ball. But they're going to get SBU for touching the net. Or was that a double hit?
We do not have official word yet from the stats. Officially is a double hit by Lindsay Lambert, a ball handling error. We're going to have some extra volleyball here in set number 1. Take a look right here on the double. It's on the set.
Great job by Lalogo to dig that one out. Tapped over by Heilborn. Good defense again by SBU. Batiste right there, but it's blocked. But great reaction by SBU on the block. Number 17, Lindsay Lambert, tried to dump it over. Western, furious comeback here. They're now up by 1 as Batiste went on the attack. Great reaction by Antoniak, but the Vikings now 1 point away from taking this first set. Batiste taps it over. Heilborn right there, great hustle. Aliaga over to Gunterman. And Gunterman had a very tough first set, but she came in the clutch right there to put it away. Fantastic set here to start the match. And go ahead, Ben.
I was going to say, Callie Heilborn going all out to get that one right to Gabby Gunterman. A picturesque way for the Vikings to end set number 1. We're going to take a quick break here and come right back for more action between the Vikings and the Falcons here in Carver Gymnasium. WECU Court from Vikings TV.
I would summarize my experience at Western as I was a guarded, nerdy kid who loved to perform, who allowed herself to put in the time and the effort to carve herself into something.
Jump in the trunk, jump in the trunk,
Okay. And whatever that was has led me to where I am right now, to be a fully realized woman. And I'm really thankful for the time and the effort that I put in for myself, because if I didn't do it, no one else was going to.
Quality food brings people together, so we continue to provide the best and freshest food available. Every day, we reach out, finding the best producers right here in our backyard. At Hagen, we partner with passionate local producers, farmers, and fishers to find you the best sustainable, fresh, and organic food. Hagen, Northwest Fresh since 1933.
My name is Morgan Paris-Lanza. I'm the executive director and one of the founding organizers of Bellingham Girls Rock Camp. Not only is it an opportunity for kids to learn music, write a song, express themselves, but they also gain these leadership skills that they might not get in other places. It's a program, it's a culture as well as an entire movement, and we really want everybody to feel like they're a part of it, because they are. We all rock.
And welcome back to WECU Court on the campus of Western Washington University for this GNAC battle between Western Washington University and Seattle Pacific. As you can see here, some highlights from the first set, mainly from Kelly Heilborn, but we're going to go to Ben Bagley for some stats from the first set. Ben, take it away.
Vikings in that first set. That late run saved could be considered one of their lesser dominant sets of the season. You know, when you're talking, your tongue gets stuck in your mouth and you just can't get the words out, and that's what happened right there. Anyways, I digress. Vikings in that first set, hitting 200, 2 service aces, however, along with 9 attack errors. Falcons in the first set, hitting 237, 3 total blocks. Vikings with no blocks in set number 1. Gabby Gunterman leading all players with 5 kills. She also has 5 errors. And for the Falcons, Hannah Hare with 4 kills, Maddie Pruden with 4 kills, and Olivia Fairchild and Callie Halborn with 4 as well for the Vikings.
And Ben, how tough is it for SPU after having a 23-19 lead, having a 24-22 lead to lose that set? What do they need to do to get back into this match?
Continue playing dominant defense. That's what got them that far. They had a couple of crucial, almost mental errors at the end. The big one, of course, that service error. I believe that was by Gabby Gunstman where nobody went to the ball. You need to clean that up and just keep the mental edge on. Going down 1-0 is a whole lot different than being up 1-0. The best thing they can do now is tie it back up 1-1.
And they start out right off the bat with a good serve by Lindsay Lambert. As you can see on this replay, the logo mishandled it, and Allison Wilkes, another freshman, puts it away. SPU up 1-0 as that one goes over the net on the dig. Kind of a weird play there as Western ties it up. It looks like both Aliaga and Batiste kind of missed the ball in that play. This Gutterman, Aliaga over the Heilborn. Could have gone long, but that one dug out by SPU as Batiste just has to bump it over and it goes out of bounds. And whether or not it went to the side of the antenna, it still went out of bounds. So Western up 2-1 as Ritza Center is going to serve. Good serve by the junior. 50-50 ball. Great job by Aliaga. Did not touch the net on that play. As you see, it's shaking right now. But she did a fantastic job of not touching the net, putting it away. Vikings with 3 straight points. They're up 3-1.
Aliaga now with 3 kills on the day as well.
And just as rare as it is for someone to attack to have an assist, it's as rare to have Aliaga have kills, but she does it through dumps and 50-50 balls, but she has 3 on the game. Vikings with another point here as Ritza Center is going to serve. They're up 4-1. Pruden just has to bump it over as Gutterman over to Fairchild. Great adjustment by Fairchild as that one looked like that was maybe mishit a little bit by Aliaga, but great job to adjust and tap it over and find a spot on the court. Vikings up 5-1.
Olivia Fairchild now 5 kills on 8 attempts, 1 error, hitting percentage of .500.
Wilkes on the attack, and on that one, not really miscommunication as much as just trying to save themselves from running into each other. Can't fault the effort on that play. SPU with the point. They're now down 3. As Maddie Batiste is going to serve. Batiste with a good serve. Woodruff right there. Aliaga over to Fairchild, and that one dug out by Dawson. On the attack by Pruden. 50-50 ball. Great job by Aliaga with the block. A dump over. Aliaga over to Heilborn. As that one goes out of bounds, but that one was deflected. Did not see the deflection on that play, but that one is out of bounds. Western up 6-2.
Is Malia Aliaga taking over this game in all facets of it? She's getting blocks, she's getting kills, she's getting assists, she's serving now. She is on a run these last 5 or so points.
And even having a good serve there. As Pruden gets it, but that one is blocked by Fairchild. And the reason why I knew is because Heilborn looked around like, I didn't block that. So that was definitely Fairchild with the block. Great job by the reigning defensive GNAC Player of the Week in volleyball.
And 2 of the tallest players on the team, they're getting up in tandem at the net.
7-2, Vikings lead. Cross court on the attack as that one is put away. Ashley Antoniak, the sophomore from Litchfield Park, Arizona. Falcons now down by 4 as Allison Wilkes, the freshman from Bothell, Washington, North Creek High School, is going to serve right-handed serve as that one goes out of bounds, so serves error on SPU. Western up 8-3.
First service error of the game for the Falcons. Vikings have 2. Vikings also have 3 service aces, and the Falcons have none.
Callie Heilborn is going to serve here. Great timing, and Hannah Hare having a great match so far. She gets the kill. SBU down by 4.
Hannah Hare with a pretty cool hitting percentage right now of .714. 5 kills, 7 attacks. She also has a block and a half and 6.5 points.
And it's kind of fun to say her name, too.
Hannah Hare?
Yes.
It is a good one.
A lot of alliteration there. Gabby Gunnerman on the attack. That one dug out by SBU. Again, and that one on the attack. Good hustle by Woodruff to keep it alive as Heilborn lives another day. Batiste right there. Cross court. Again with the tap, but that one's blocked over, and that one was Davenport with the block. Vikings up 9-4.
Look at the final block here. Davenport going over. She and Fairchild going up for it. Casey Woodruff at libero serving right now. She had a fantastic defensive play on that last possession.
Good serve by the sophomore as well. Tapped over. Hannah Hare once again with the kill. SBU down by 4.
That hitting percentage for the Vikings much, much higher here in set number 2. They hit just 200 in the first set, already hitting 571 through the first 14 points of the second set.
On the serve, Antoniak with the serve. Ritzesender puts it in the corner as that one's out of bounds. 2 straight points by SBU. They're now down 3.
Close one there by Ritzesender. She is also top 20 in the country in hitting percentage, just barely missing there.
Ashley Antoniak with the serve. Aliaga behind her back to Davenport, and she puts it in.
Davenport is such a good, I would say, third option for these Vikings. First option is normally Heilborn, maybe Gunterman, then Fairchild recently. But when Davenport, if you forget about her on that other side, she can punish you.
The leader of the team, the senior. For a very young team like Western, it's important to have somebody like Davenport who has a ton of experience. As Hannah Hare goes again, and that one is dug out by Heilborn, and she's laughing because she doesn't know where she's at. Hannah Hare again as that one goes out. Actually, no, that one's in. So Hannah Hare again with the kill. SBU down by 3.
Big game so far for Hannah Hare, now up to 7 kills on 10 attacks. A 700 hitting percentage.
As that one hits the line, great placement by Hannah Hare. Again, freshman, one of 10 on the squad by SBU. And it looks like that one wasn't blocked by Ritzesender. It just hit the net and bounced back. So that's 4 hits for SBU. Point Western as Gabby Gunnerman is going to serve. Vikings up by 4.
Take a look at this last one. That may have been blocked by Ritzesender off of my eye. The official ruling was an attack error by Ashley Antoniak.
As Batiste puts it away. Oh, check that. I thought the ref said it was in. Let's see this replay, because actually they... Yes, definitely out, which is why I'm not a referee, which is why we're sitting here talking for a look. Gutterman with the serve. 12-7, Vikings lead by 5 as Batiste again. She finally puts it through. The senior with the point and the kill. SBU now down by 4.
Batiste now with a positive hitting percentage of just .062, her 4th kill of the game. She leads this SBU team in kills. However, in her entire career at Carver Gymnasium, not a single game with double-digit kills.
A different story at SBU for Batiste. As Ritzesender goes for the attack, that one blocked by Batiste. The logo just has to hit it over. Tapped over by Pruden. Actually, check that. Yeah, no, that was Maddie Pruden who tapped that over. She gets the kill. 2 straight points by SBU. They're now down by 3.
Heilborn saw that one all the way. She got to the defensive spot early. But a nice little rainbow shot by Maddie Pruden. She's done that a number of times today. That's 3 or 4 times off my count.
A great defensive play again by SBU as a logo right there, 50-50 ball. Heilborn. SBU on the attack. Batiste right there, and that one's blocked. It looks like that was by Ritzesender. 13-9, Vikings lead.
We mentioned that Olivia Fairchild leads Division II in blocks per set. Well, Chloe Ritzesender is 9th in Division II, 1.33 blocks per set, getting her first one here of this match.
That one is in. So point SPU. Vikings off to a hot start, but since then it's been pretty even here in the second set. And for those of you just tuning in, first set Vikings won 26-24. Very, very even set. As Batista's going to serve, knuckleball serve. Aliaga over to Fairchild. And that one dug out after the deflection by Dawson as Batiste on the attack as that one goes long. So attack error by Batiste. Vikings up by 4 now.
Both Batiste and Gabby Gunterman, two of the biggest hitters in this match, both struggling just a bit. Batiste now 4 kills, 5 attack errors on 19 total attempts. Gunterman 5 kills, also 5 errors on 19 attempts.
And that is a service error by Malia Aliaga, so point SBU. They're now again down by 3.
Third service error of the match by the Vikings.
Allison Wilkes with the serve. Aliaga cross court to Heilborn. Great placement. And Ben, that is very hard to defend when she's going for that type of attack, especially where she places it on the court.
And that's just, the ball shouldn't come off of her hand that way. She's jumping forward. All of her momentum shows that it should be a shot down the line. And she just flips it and hits it right down the angle. A very, very tight angle at that. And I believe she also gets credit for a service ace here.
Actually, Ben, that was out of rotation.
Thank you.
So out of rotation error by SPU. So Vikings up 16-11. Heilborn will serve. On the attack, Pruden, but that one blocked by Gabby Gunterman.
Gunterman and Fairchild and Heilborn and Davenport fired up after this one. Let's see if we can get their reaction in this replay. You can see Davenport down there getting down on her knees, going crazy. Vikings with a 6-point lead here. We're going to take a very quick commercial break. Be right back on Vikings TV.
The Teaching and Learning Academy is an organization that's housed in the library, and it's where people come to have conversations.
They deal with serious issues that have emotional impact in ways that are typically not found in a class.
We've talked about diversity and inclusivity on our campus and in our community.
It not only enriches my education, but also impacts the ways that I can continue my leadership roles.
The Teaching and Learning Academy is an organization that's housed in the library.
And welcome back to WECU Court on campus of Western Washington University. Tomorrow's matches will be against SPU. Western will face SPU down at SPU. Game times 12 and 3. You can watch it at www.vikings.com/VB_watch.
We mentioned.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, we mentioned coming into this one all of the accolades that Vikings have acquired over the first 3 games, all their national rankings. One of them, they are 2nd in Division II in opponent hitting percentage. Opponents are hitting just .07 against them. The Falcons, in that first set, they were hitting 233. Here in set number 2, the Vikings have come alive defensively. Falcons hitting just .038.
As that one is put away by Pruden. Great timing by Fairchild, but that one is unable to go across the net, so point SPU. And Western definitely needs to watch out because what happened in the first set, Vikings were up 16-12, and SPU, after a timeout at a similar time, came out just on fire. Like I said, I don't know what was said by Abby Wright in the first set. But here in the second set, after the timeout, they have 2 straight points again. They're down by 4. Fairchild on the attack, as you can see on this replay, as Batiste puts it away. On the serve, Allison Davenport. Clutch point by the senior. She gets the attack. That's her 5th kill of the match. Vikings up 18-13.
Davenport right here going down the line. Enough power to get it past the libero and a 5-point lead.
Woodruff with the serve. Out of system play here as Ritzesender goes for the assist on Gutterman. As that one goes out of bounds. So Ritzesender gets a rare assist on that play as Gunnerman gets the kill. Vikings up 19-13.
2 straight points now for the Vikings. And Gunnerman, so much power. So tough to dig out her kills.
And that's a service error by Casey Woodruff. 19-14. Vikings lead by 5.
Up to 4 service aces now for the Vikings. Gunterman, Aliaga, Lologo, and Woodruff, each with 1.
And serving for SPU is Ashley Antoniak, sophomore, as Gunterman. Great placement, but great defense by SPU, but to no avail as Gunnerman gets another kill.
Gunnerman coming alive, 7 kills now. A more consistent second set than she had in the first. 7 kills and 8 points for her.
And for someone like Gunnerman, you use the analogy that basketball uses, just keep shooting. It's the same way in volleyball. As that one goes long, Western up 21-14. Stupu Lologo is going to serve for the Vikings.
Very slowly here, the Vikings are just inching out this lead bigger and bigger. It's a 7-point lead now. Falcons are going to have to go on a run ASAP if they want to have a chance at taking this second set.
And they're definitely capable of doing that from watching the first set. 50-50 ball, Gunnerman. Great defense by Paige Dawson. And Ben, in that kind of play, every point matters when you're down by 7 in this opportunity. Great job by Dawson, and SBU shows again their great defense that they've been showing all day long.
Austin Ebale, not Austin Ebale, Paige Dawson, as you mentioned. Very, very good defensive libero.
And tough point, as there's some confusion on there, but it looks like off of the hit, the ball hit the antenna. Let's see what happens here. As another timeout on the floor, we're going to keep things here as Western leads 22-15 here in this second set. They won the first set 26-24. So very, very entertaining. And the first part of the set, Ben, was pretty close, but Western's kind of had a little bit of a run since then.
It almost feels like Western woke up a little bit. The Falcons came out really firing in that first set, almost awoke the sleeping giant, if you will. No blocks for the Vikings in the first set, 4 for them here in set number 2. Vikings hit just 200 in the first set, hitting 375 in set number 2. The numbers are way, way down for the Falcons, still hitting just 0-3-2. No blocks in the set. Vikings really kind of looking like the reigning 3-time GNAC champions and looking to take control of this match, 3 points away from taking a 2-0 victory. Or not 2-0 victory, 2-0 lead.
Vikings coming out of the timeout. SPU with the timeout. Trying to salvage this second set here to avoid going down 2-0. Buzzer sounds. Gabby Gunterman is going to serve for the Vikings. Midway serve by Gunterman. And out of the timeout, deflected. Woodruff right there. 50-50 ball, and great job by Aliaga. Again, puts it away. My goodness, Ben, that is fantastic defense by Aliaga to not only block that attack, but to have that 50-50 ball.
I mean, look at Aliaga going up back-to-back plays at the net. She has 3 kills, 20 assists, and a solo block as well.
And I apologize, actually, I checked that. That was a point by SPU. Maybe Aliaga may have hit the net on that play, so that was actually a point by SPU.
I apologize. I read back on the score sheet. It was officially a block error by Malia Aliaga. I got so excited seeing the setter get a block that I missed that she actually hit the net.
So 2 straight points by SPU after the timeout, and that's exactly what they need. Ritzesender puts it away. 23-17.
Ritzesender, another one of those players, just like Allison Davenport. If you forget about her, she can make you pay. Going up, going down, hitting the ball into the back line.
And coming in for the Vikings, Gabby Kepley, the redshirt freshman. from Bothell North Creek High School. She's going to serve. She's a lefty here. Great serve. Miss hit by SPU, and they just have to bump it over. The logo right there. Aliaga cross court to Heilborn. That one dug out by Paige Dawson. On the attack, deflected. Back and forth. Pruden on the attack. She puts it away. So SPU trying to come back here in the second set.
Pruden now up to 7 kills. Nice job by her resetting after the nice defensive play and really just hammering one down on the angle.
Natty Batiste in the match now. As Kepley for the Vikings comes out of the match and there for serving purposes. And on the attack, Woodruff digs it out. Aliaga over to Fairchild, who taps it over. Good timing by SPU. Great placement. The logo, fantastic effort. But Ashley Antoniak gets the kill.
We have really been seeing a lot of players opt for that little rainbow shot, just a little deke shot. It's worked quite a bit. It worked for Fairchild there, but the Falcons were on top of that one.
Woodruff, Aliaga, cross court to Heilborn. As that one is blocked, but it goes out of bounds. So Western now 1 point away from taking this second set. As Davenport comes in the game for the logo, and Aliaga is gonna serve.
Fairchild, Davenport, and Heilborn are gonna be on the net here. 3 very good blockers.
And Aliaga, who's also a good blocker with the serve. Is that one blocked and out of bounds? So on that kill, Ashley Antoniak, the sophomore, gets the kill. And SPU with the point, and they need to go on a run here. They need 4 straight points to extend this set. As Allison Wilkes is going to serve another freshman, Gunterman. Aliaga over to Fairchild, and that one dug out by Batiste. A little bit of miscommunication there by SPU, unfortunately, but that's how this set is going to end. Vikings, 25-20. They take this set number 2. They lead 2 sets to 0. We'll be right back.
Quality food brings people together, so we continue to provide the best and freshest food available. Every day, we reach out, finding the best producers right here in our backyard. At Hagen, we partner with passionate local producers, farmers, and fishers to find you the best sustainable, fresh, and organic food. Hagen, Northwest Fresh since 1933.
I would summarize my experience at Western as I was a guarded, nerdy kid who loved to perform, who allowed herself to put in the time and the effort to carve herself into something.
Jump in the trunk, jump in the trunk,
And whatever that was has led me to where I am right now, to be a fully realized woman. And I'm really thankful for the time and the effort that I put in for myself, because if I didn't do it, no one else was going to.
And welcome back to WECU Court on the campus of Western Washington University for this GNAC battle between Seattle Pacific and Western Washington. Vikings lead 2 sets to 0. They took the first set 26-24, and they just took the second set 25-20. We're going to go to Ben Bagley for some stats from the first 2 sets. Ben, take it away.
Errors have really been killing the Falcons in this match, especially in that second set. Just 4 errors in set number 1, but 10 attack errors in set number 2, and the Vikings had just 1. We've seen a number of almost mental mistakes from this very, very young, very raw Falcons team. If they want to become a team that goes from maybe 10-10, a 500 team, to one that can really compete with Western at the top of the GNAC, they certainly have the talent. They're just going to need to become a little bit more mentally strong the mental aspect of the game, it really is half volleyball. Vikings just, Coach Williams, I mean, what more can you say about her? Her girls are not only physically prepared, but they're so mentally prepared as well. So few errors, a number of service aces there for the Vikings as well. Hitting much, much better. Bouncing back from a very tough first set. And right now, headed into set number 3. These first two sets have been very, very close. These two teams separated by just 6 points. Right now, the Vikings, though, with all of the momentum, headed into the third and potentially final set.
And Seattle Pacific, like mentioned before, 14 underclassmen, 10 of them freshmen. Definitely playing competitively with Western, but what comes with that mental strength, usually a little bit of experience at the same time.
And in my description, I don't mean to say that the Falcons are playing poorly at all. They are playing very, very well. The toughest match the Vikings have faced this season. Just need to cut down on those errors just a little bit.
Gunterman out of system play, give and go to Gunterman, but that one is dug out. Just has to be topped over. Good dig by Gunterman. Aliaga over to Heilborn, another good dig by SBU. Another out of system play, Heilborn right there to dig it out. Aliaga over to Gunterman again on the attack. As that one goes out of bounds, so Gunterman with the kill. Vikings up 1-0.
On this replay here, if you can, watch on the right side both Woodruff and Heilborn. They then look at each other, they both nod, they're like, yeah, good eye, good eye. Great teamwork there.
This Gunterman's going to serve again. Dumped over, Lalogo right there. Aliaga over to Gunterman. Again, dug out. As that one hit the net and bounced back into SBU territories, the Vikings up 2-0.
Callie Heilborn was there, but she won't get credit for a block. This one hit right into the net. Heilborn approaching double-double territory, 7 kills and 12 digs for her.
Gunterman with the serve on the attack. A good dig by Gunterman again. 50-50 ball and somehow kicked. Oh my goodness. Gunterman, Aliaga over to Ritzesender, and that one dug out again. And that is completely legal, Ben.
Oh my goodness, what happened with this rally?
This rally is fantastic right now. Again, Woodruff with the dig. Aliaga dumps it over as Dawson digs it out. Gunterman, Aliaga back to Gunterman as she puts it away. So Vikings with the point on that one, Ben, but we saw some very entertaining volleyball right there.
Man, that was just awesome. Both sides, great defense and great offense. I think we're going to be able to see the kick here. Nice reflexes. That was number 3, Allison Wilkes, looking like a professional soccer player on that one.
As that one is blocked by Heilborn.
You know what that play looked like? It looked like she was hitting a hacky sack.
It did.
Came right over to her. She just kicked it right back up. That was fun. I like that.
A very Bellingham thing to do. As you can see on this replay, great block by Heilborn. She's going to get a solo block in that play. Vikings up 4-0. Wilkes right there. Heilborn. Aliaga over to Gunterman as she hits it into the net, so attack error by Gunterman. Vikings up 4-1, and SBU is going to serve.
Gunterman now with her 6th attack error of the match. 8 kills, 6 errors.
Lindsay Lambert, the sophomore from Beaverton, Oregon. Southridge High School is going to serve, right-handed serve. The logo right there, Aliaga over to Ritzesender. Taps it over. Great defensive play by Paige Dawson. But Ritzesender is going to get the kill on that play, as you can see this replay. Ben, how important was that deke?
There it is again. I mean, it's almost, I know it's not 50-50, but it feels like every time a Vikings attacker goes up, as a broadcaster, I have no idea if they're going to hit it strong or hit it with the deke. And if I have no idea, you got to imagine that Falcons defense, that poor Falcons defense, they have no idea what's coming on every single attack.
And speaking of someone who's done that a couple times this match, Maddie Pruden for SBU, she has done that a few times as well, so it just shows how good these girls are at seeing the court and putting the ball where they want to put it, and I guess reacting how the defense shows them, as Maddie Batiste is going to serve here for the Vikings. Fairchild puts it away. Vikings up 6-2.
If Aliaga puts that ball right there, Fairchild is going to smack it down every single time. Look at this perfect set right there for Fairchild. Fairchild now 7 kills, just 1 attack error. She's hitting .429.
Aliaga's going to serve for the Vikings. Right-handed serve right there. On the attack, Pruden, and that one's going to be deflected and out of bounds, so Pruden again with the kill. SPU now down by 3.
Pruden really coming alive now, up to 9 kills for her. She's hitting .438. The Falcons actually have a negative hitting percentage here in the third set, more errors than kills. Pruden right now the focal point of the Falcons offense.
Aliaga over to Davenport, taps it over right there. SBU right there for the defense. Hannah Hare back in the game now. As Davenport on the attack, dug out by SBU. Out of system play as Wilkes goes to Pruden and she puts it away. So 2 straight points by SBU. They're now down by 2.
The last 3 points for the Falcons have all been kills by Maddie Pruden. We'll see her go up here again. She likes hitting that angle. Takes a little bit off of it, almost like a little bit of a changeup or maybe a slider in baseball terms. Getting it in there, making this a 2-point game.
Wilkes again with the serve. Heilborn, Aliaga over to Davenport, and she puts it away. Vikings up 7-4.
You know what Aliaga did there? She put it in the perfect spot for Olivia Fairchild, and instead of Fairchild, you can see the deke right up to Davenport, totally freezing the blockers. Easy kill there by number 9, the senior, Davenport.
Heilborn with the serve. Over to Antoniak as that one goes long, and they're asking for a deflection, and they're going to give it to him. SBU with the kill. They're now down by 2.
Man, if looking into the future, if this ends up being a sweep by the Vikings, and I'm not predicting anything, just saying, if it ends up being a 3-0 sweep, this is going to be one of the most competitive sweeps I think I've ever seen. These are great sets.
And that's why when looking at each match, it's important to look at the scores of those matches. Because if you only look at the sweep, it makes it look like it's only one-sided. But as we've seen in the first couple sets, especially in the first set, 26-24, and SBU 1 point away from taking it that first set. It doesn't tell the whole story if you just look at the amount of sets that are won, and that's it. As Casey Woodruff is on the serve. As that one dug out. 2 straight points by Seattle Pacific. 8-6, Vikings lead by 2.
Nice hit there. That was number 7, Hannah Hare.
Again.
Hannah Hare with 8 kills. Hitting .500, very good hitting percentage.
Ashley Antoniak again with the serve. Allison Davenport on the attack as that one is blocked by Hannah Hare.
Hannah Hare leading this team on blocks, making her presence felt. 6'1" freshman.
And another freshman for SBU.
I'm so excited for the next 2 years between these two squads. All the freshmen and sophomores that we're seeing ball out.
Another block by Hannah Hare. 3 straight points altogether for Hannah Hare, and we're tied at 8.
A kill by Hannah Hare, a block by Hannah Hare, and another block by Hannah Hare. It was Pruden. Now it's Hare taking over for the Falcons.
And that is a service ace by Seattle Pacific. Ashley Antoniak. It feels like she's been serving forever now. Just gets it over the net.
That was calculated, for sure.
And it's funny because in tennis was what I used to play. If you ever did that, you would have to apologize to the opponent. I never apologized for that. You take anything you could get them. On the block, great defensive play by Davenport. Vikings now tie it back up at 9.
Davenport and Ritzesender both going up for it. Davenport spiking it right back from where it came.
To the logo. Sorry,
Ben. Match is tied right now, 9-9.
She's going to serve here. It's sophomore at the Federal High School. About 20 minutes south of Seattle. Gunterman on the attack as that one could have gone long. Great placement, but Heilborn shows off her defense. There's that one dug out by Lalogo. Aliaga over to Heilborn, taps it over. Hare right there. On the attack, another dig by Heilborn. And she just has to tap it over, but great job by the sophomore. Hannah Hare finds it again. Another dig try, but Hannah Hare. My goodness, we were saying that so much, Ben. Hannah Hare. She gets the kill. Vikings now down by 1. SBU's going to serve.
Hannah Hare is really just putting the pressure on. She had a number of attacks just in that rally, really working Callie Heilborn in the back line for the Vikings.
And that is an ace. Perfect placement by Paige Dawson, the sophomore. And SBU now up by 2.
Gabby Gunterman really thought that one was out. From my eye, looks like it was in, but off the bat, she was very, very surprised about that call.
And it was tough because it knuckled over. Ooh. Just tapped over. Heilborn. Aliaga tries to dump it over again. She can't. And SBU now up by 3.
Aliaga's good fortune maybe catching up with her there. She's got a number of those. Net not so friendly to her on that one.
Paige Dawson again is going to serve to libero. Aliaga cross court to Gunterman as that one is blocked, but now dug out by Woodruff. Heilborn on the attack, hits the top of the net, and that one controlled weird by Ashley Antoniak. Don't blame her on that play. She was ready for that ball not to hit the net, and it kind of caught up with her on that one, but Heilborn with the kill.
Heilborn now with 8 kills, 15 digs on the afternoon. I should say evening.
Wilkes with the kill. SBU up 13-10.
So some more attack errors from the Vikings in this game, or this set, I should say. That one was not an attack error. The Vikings with 4 attack errors in set number 3. Falcons with 4 as well.
Lindsay Lambert with the serve. Ritza Sender, great defense again by SBU. And that one hit right into the net. And I wouldn't be surprised if Flick Williams calls a timeout here. And she does. SBU trying to crawl back into this match. They're down 2-0. We'll be right back.
My name is Morgan Paris-Lanza. I'm the executive director and one of the founding organizers of Bellingham Girls Rock Camp. Not only is it an opportunity for kids to learn music, write a song, express themselves, but they also gain these leadership skills that they might not get in other places. It's a program, it's a culture as well as an entire movement, and we really want everybody to feel like they're a part of it, because they are. We all rock.
The Teaching and Learning Academy is an organization that's housed in the library, and it's where people come to have conversations.
They deal with serious issues that have emotional impact in ways that are typically not found in a class.
We've talked about diversity and inclusivity on our campus and in our community.
It not only enriches my education, but also impacts the ways that I can continue my leadership roles.
And welcome back to WECU Court on the campus of Western Washington University for this GNAC battle. Non-league battle, but 2 GNAC teams between SBU and Western Washington University. Vikings up 2-0, but they are losing here in the third set, 14-10. SBU, very young team, playing some fantastic defense here all night long, but especially here in this third set. As it is 14-10. As Heilborn on the attack. She hits it, deflected out of bounds, point Western. They lead, actually they trail 14-11. Ritzesender with the serve. Aliaga over to Heilborn, and she puts it away. The Vikings with a little more energy, Ben, coming out of the timeout. They now only trail by 2.
And this is what we're used to seeing from the GNAC Player of the Week, Callie Heilborn, going up, throwing it down, trying to get the Vikings back in this set.
Heilborn coming out of Auburn Riverside, historic volleyball school down south. Actually, 2 members from Auburn Riverside on this Western Washington team. Vikings with 3 straight points now as Ritzesender is going to serve again.
Callie Heilborn here was ready to hit this one over, but the ball just never got over the net.
And Fairchild with the kill. Pruden. She puts it away. SBU up 15-13.
Pruden now with her 5th straight game of double-digit kills. She actually is up to 11, hitting 474. Really strong performance from the redshirt freshman outside hitter.
Maddie Batiste with a good serve as Gunterman is on the attack. Over to Pruden, and that one blocked. Good timing by Fairchild and Heilborn, but on that play, Pruden puts it away. Again, great placement by the freshman as she finds a spot in the court. And then that's so vital as she comes with the power, gets it blocked, and then she goes with the finesse. Gets the point. They're now down by 3. Actually, Western's down by 3. Fairchild on the attack. That one dug out by Batiste, but it goes out of bounds. Good hustle by Paige Dawson. The Vikings now down by 2.
There's a kill by Olivia Fairchild. Malia Aliaga now up to 33 assists. Tons of power from the junior middle blocker, taking over for the highly celebrated senior Kaylee Harper, graduated last year. This is Fairchild's first full season being able to be in the starting rotation, and she is fully taking advantage of it.
As that one goes out of bounds on the block attempt. So point Seattle Pacific, they're up 17-14. And as we mentioned earlier, Ben, Western has won 12 straight matches against Seattle Pacific. Although those matches have been close, it's been 12 straight for Western. We have to date back to 2013, last time Seattle Pacific beat Western. And I actually remember that match. I was in college myself. I called it. SBU won in, I believe, in straight sets. And that was over at Whatcom Community College when Carver Gymnasium was getting remodeled, for those of you that remember that. As SBU gets another kill here, as Hannah Hare having a fantastic match. SBU up 18-14.
And your memory is almost perfect. It was actually a 3-1 final score.
3-1, okay. But nonetheless, Seattle Pacific coming into WECU court. At that time, that was the last time Seattle Pacific beat Western. As the Vikings get a point here, they're now down 3.
Vikings are on a 12-match winning streak, and 6 of those have been sweeps. Of just Seattle Pacific, not in general.
As that one goes long, as Heilborn's service error extends SBU's lead to 4. And Pruden is going to serve, the freshman. Left-handed serve. Maybe would have gone out, but Heilborn hits it nonetheless as Gunnerman on the attack, dug out. Over the hair, she puts it away. Another assist by Lindsay Lambert. And SBU up by 5 now.
Hannah Hare and Maddie Pruden combining for over half of the kills for the Falcons. They have a 20-15 lead here in set number 3. We are going to stay here. Hannah Hare right now, 11 kills, hitting 526. Also with a block, responsible for 14 total points. Maddie Pruden with 12 kills. Those two combining for 23 kills of the 41 total kills for the Falcons. The Falcons have cleaned it up here in set number 3. 4 attack errors in the first set, up to 10 in the second set, down to 4 once again in set number 3. Also their highest hitting percentage of any set today at .242. Vikings actually with their lowest hitting percentage of any sets here in the third, hitting just .171. Vikings had 2 service aces in each of the first 2 sets, none here. Vikings have 3 total blocks in the set, Falcons with 2.
And we're coming out of the timeout here. And be sure to tune in tomorrow as Seattle Pacific will take on Western once again, but this time it'll be down in Seattle, Queen Anne neighborhood. Game time 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. So 3 matches in 2 days for these 2 squads. So they'll get to know each other very, very well. So make sure to tune in tomorrow as Davenport on the attack. Gets it deflected, out of system play as Batiste goes for the attack. Heilborn digs it out. Aliaga over to Gunnerman. As that one deflects and goes off the antenna. So Western now down by 4 as Ritzesender replaces Olivia Fairchild.
Gabby Gunterman on this replay. She got stuffed with the ball, luckily deflecting off the antenna.
And that one blocked on the attack by Hannah Hare, but Batiste almost puts it away, but that one goes wide. Vikings now down 3.
Okay, out of the timeout, 2 straight points for the Vikings. 20-17 our score. Casey Woodruff now serving. Vikings looking to come back and potentially sweep this match.
Hannah Hare on the attack. Great dig by Halborn, and 50-50 of whether or not would have gone out of bounds, but good job by SBU to play it safe. Batiste on the attack. Halborn again digs it out. Gunterman on the attack. Dug out by Batiste. Lambert, and that one's tapped over by Toniak. Davenport daps it over again. Defense as Toniak hits it long, but they want the deflection and they're not going to get it. And we might see our first challenge of the night.
Falcons players are very, very confident that it was blocked. Let's see it on the replay here. Not to my naked eye. We will see if there is a formal challenge. Both teams right now just meeting to chat about it, and the officials will chat as well. As it stands, it would make it a 20-18 game. That 18th point for the Vikings right now, not official, as we are headed into a video review. Our first one of this lovely Friday from Bellingham.
And that is something that we have here at Western Washington University during GNAC play. And even though there's no technical GNAC league matches, it's still provided, as we can see on this replay here.
While we are in this challenge, looking right here if the ball was deflected or not. That is mighty, mighty close.
It could have. It could have been deflected.
I'm glad I'm not the one that has to make that decision.
That's a tough one, though, but the call on the court is that it wasn't deflected, so it has to be indisputable evidence to overturn it.
That
is tough.
About as close as it comes. It does not look to me like it was deflected. It might have been just off of, maybe if, was that Davenport? Maybe she didn't clip her nails this morning. It might have been a deflection.
Well, to me, I couldn't tell either way, but if the officials cannot tell either way, then the call will stand because there's no indisputable evidence to overturn it. Now, if they would have called a deflection on that play and Diane Flick-Williams challenged it, maybe the call would have stand in that other way as Western gets the point. And it's not like the NFL where they will tell you stands, confirms, change. They just award the point and go on.
It's very simple in volleyball. It's just a raise of the hand, and that's all they said.
And I don't blame Abby Wright for challenging. If you have those, you can't take those home with you.
Especially in a game like this, up 2 in the third set. Very smart challenge.
Every point matters as the Vikings are on a 4-0 run. They were down 20-15 when Diane Flick-Williams called a timeout. And since the timeout, they've rattled off 4 straight points. And now Seattle Pacific calls a timeout, trying to get things going. But both teams, Ben, as we're going to stay here, both teams on the timeout or after a timeout have tended to get on a roll right after them. You almost wonder what Diane Flick-Williams and Abby Wright, when they call their timeouts, what do you think they tell their team when that kind of thing happens?
I think in this kind of situation, it's more of a recentering, almost like a Zen moment. I'm going to your coach and looking at the coach, all the experience in their eyes, and they're saying, hey, it's all right. Take a deep breath, focus on what we're good at, and we can get back at it. Both of these teams, I mean, we've seen them pull off very, very efficient offensive sets. We've seen a lot of power from both teams, really good defense from both teams. So at this point, what it's going to come down to is, which team has more experience, more calm, a little more moxie. So Diane Flick-Williams in the huddle right now with those Vikings. It was a very short huddle for the Falcons, but I would imagine she's both calling up strategy and just saying, girls, listen, we got this. We're up 2-0. Give it a deep breath, do what you're best at, and go out there and get this done.
And we're coming out of the timeout here. Seattle Pacific up, and we'll wave here to everybody at home. That's us. That's our faces. That's what we sound like. Seattle Pacific up 20-19 here in this third set. Vikings up 2-0, as you can see on the scoreboard. But 2 very close sets, 26-24 Vikings in the first set, 25-20 in the second. And SPU up 20-19 here in the third as Woodruff serves. That one deflected, and Hannah here again puts it away. And just like we're talking about, Ben, coming out of timeout, it's vital to come out with that first point.
This first point, a really big one for the Falcons as it gives them a 2-point lead. And man, Hannah Hare just has been dominant. 12 kills and hitting 500.
Antoniak with the serve. Davenport tries to put it away as that one goes out of bounds. So SBU, again, out of the timeout, 2 straight points.
Vikings did score 4 in a row, then the timeout. As we were talking about all timeout, whoever calls it has typically come out firing 2 straight for the Falcons.
Ritzesender almost puts it away, but fantastic dig. But nonetheless, it hits the official's ladder, I think it was on that play, as the Vikings with the point, they're now down 2.
Man, watch Ritzesender go up and just spike that right down at Mach speed. Unfortunate for the Falcons. Can't dig it out under the official. Still holding on to a 2-point lead.
Davenport out, the logo in to serve. 50-50 ball. Vikings now with it. A little bit of a miss hit. As Hannah Hare on the attack, as that one goes long. And they're going to ask for another deflection.
Falcons players very confident that one was deflected as well. See on the replay here, Hannah Hare. Now that one may have looked like she might have had more of a case. Gunnerman's hand flinched just a little bit, but no call.
No challenge on that play, so point Vikings. They're down by 1. Hannah Hare on the attack. Heilborn digs it out again, and Ben Heilborn is just doing everything for the Vikings right now. Another block by the Vikings. Actually, check that. That wasn't a block. It wasn't blocked by the Vikings. It just hit the net and bounced back, and that's 4 hits. And we're tied here at 22.
Back-to-back attack errors now by the Falcons. This one go up right into the net, as you mentioned. All of a sudden, we have a tied 3rd set.
Hannah Hare again on the attack. That's another block. That one was by Ritzesender. And she goes for the kill, and it goes out of bounds. Vikings up 23-22. And Coach Abby Wright is going to call timeout here. To talk things over, try to salvage this match, Ben. And again, we're going to keep things here. It's so close. 23-22 Vikings lead. And Ben, we alluded earlier in the match that we're going to see a very good volleyball game here at Carver Gymnasium and WECU Court between these 2 squads, because despite the fact that Western has won the last 12 matches, you might think they have dominated. Every single game they play against SBU is competitive in some way or another. You do not see a lot of lopsided victories by the Vikings in those games. So SBU again putting forth a great effort, very young team, but very talented.
Well, we have a little bit of time here. I'd like to shout out some of the other sports programs going on for the Vikings. Women's soccer's in action, men's soccer's in action. Jakub Shemelev, a forward for the Vikings, just named GNAC Player of the Week after an overtime winner. Women's golf just won the GNAC championships. The men's golf is headed to their 22nd consecutive NCAA championships. Women's rowing is in action. Track and field is setting records. And of course, the volleyball team is 3-0. So sports going on all over Western's campus right now in the spring. It's a bit unfortunate that the winter sports got delayed to the spring, but I got to admit, having all these sports going on at the same time, it's quite fun to be a Western sports fan right now.
It reminds me of when the NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL all played at the same time.
Yes.
It's the same kind of feeling here at Western Washington University and all around the GNAC for that matter. As Hannah Hare goes for that attack, as that one is blocked, Batiste puts it long, and the Vikings 1 point away from sweeping here at home.
Last 4 points for the Vikings have been 2 attack errors, a kill from Ritzesender, 3 attack errors, and a kill from Ritzesender. This is the 3rd straight set. The Falcons kind of falling apart right at the end, some key mental errors. However, it is not over yet.
The logo with the serve. She gets it across. Dawson, Batiste, and she hits it long, and that's how this match is going to end. Vikings with a 3-set victory. They win 26-24, 25-20, and 25-22. And Ben, while we get a Vikings player over here for an interview, why don't you go over some of the stats from this match so far as we get a Vikings player over to interview that Jeff Evans is going to take.
Callie Heilborn leading the way for the Vikings, the reigning GNAC Offensive Player of the Week. 11 kills, 19 digs. Gabby Gunterman with 10 kills as well. Malia Aliaga with 37 assists. And looking at the SPU Falcons, who put in a very, very good effort today. Hare and Pruden each with 12 kills. Antoniak with 6. 8 total blocks as well for the Falcons. 12 total blocks for the Vikings. Vikings hit 240 in this match. Falcons hit 143.
And we're going to give things away to Jeff Evans, our sports information director, and for Sean Church alongside Ben Bagley. Thanks for coming to this match as Jeff Evans is going to take you home. Jeff, go away.
We're here with Diane Flick-Williams. Diane, a 3-game sweep of the Falcons, but you got to be pleased with how your team battled some adversity. This is a spring of overcoming a lot of things. There were some deficits that your team overcame, and they didn't give up.
Yeah, I was super pleased with our focus on what we were trying to do. I think sometimes we try to, make this whole situation we're doing normal when it's not normal. And so we really tried to focus on the things we were working on in practice and attending to those. And those were the times when things slipped. So we just got to refocus. And they did a really good job of just staying the course and staying in the process.
It's a spring of development. It's a year of overcoming adversity. Down 23-19 in the first set, go on a 7-1 run. Down 20-15 in the third set, finish it off to win 25-22. What does that teach this team that's kind of in that mode of they're still learning a lot?
Oh, yeah. We are constant learners. That's been our hue and cry in the off-season is be a learner every day. It's teaching me a lot about my team, too, which I really I'm excited about and how that they can really, dial their focus in when they need to. I'm not real pleased with deficits, because I'm old and my heart can't take them all the time. But, I really like the effort that they put in at the end. And it's the way that they did it. They really worked on the way they played as a group, and that was really, really important for us to get the comeback.
Teams, whether it's in the fall or in the spring, they're always gunning for the Vikings, right? You want to win in Carver Gym, but your team just doesn't seem to let that affect them. They just want to play volleyball. They want to play as a team, and they want to win, but it just seems like they're not going to be – they're out there just doing exactly what they want to do.
Well, that's what we're trying to focus on is this was an opportunity to learn and get better. And, win or lose, we're going to learn something from this match. And we don't walk away from wins going, great. We walk away from wins going, okay, there's 3% we can get better at tomorrow. So let's make sure we focus on that. And sometimes it makes it feel like you're not satisfied in what you're doing. But really, I'm very pleased with what we did tonight because of our focus and because that gave us the opportunity to learn what we need to learn for tomorrow. So I'm really excited about our team and the way that they're approaching this season.
Perfect segue. What is that 3% that you'd like to work on for tomorrow? A doubleheader down in Seattle. It's going to be a grueling day. Probably going to use the whole team. But what are some of those things you want to identify to work on?
Well, we've been working this week about what do you see and what do you see and how does that correspond with the movements that you make. It's really hard when you're against yourselves all the time. You get kind of in this rhythm of everybody does the same thing you do, and that's not true. So we really wanted to focus on, are we looking at the right things, and when we look at the right things, do we make the right moves? And so that's what we're going to continue to look at for tomorrow.
Well, we'll be watching. You guys will be down in Seattle. First serve is at 12 p.m. You can follow on SBU's YouTube channel or go to www.vikings.com/live. You'll get a direct link to the matches and watch the Vikings in action on the road for the first time this season.
Absolutely. Hi, JP. We miss you. We will see you Monday.
All right. Well, thank you, Diane. Congratulations on the win, 4-0 on the season. Go Vikings.
Go Vikes. Thank you.